Welcome to the Four Corners series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 30th of November 1908. So we're now getting into the depths of winter, and I've got a feeling this is going to be a little bit of a grim series because you can see my happiness is really low and I've been losing quite a lot of population. But before we get into dealing with those problems, I'd like to say a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Now, one suggestion I got was to do with the meat, that if I provide meat it might improve my happiness. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a refrigeration 2-horse icebox truck, do that, pick up some meat and go there. It's going to take a little while before it has effect, but I think that's going to be quite important. Now, another thing I also want to do while we're over here is that I want to buy no, first things first, we're going to have to come over here. There's any spare slots in here. Just gonna let the game run for a little while. Just gonna have to move you over to here, and then what I want to do is get you, and we're gonna buy a road crane because I really need to improve my construction speed. Now, originally I didn't want to do this. I wanted to build the road cranes over here myself, but I think that given the construction speed here, it's going to be a bit grim. Now, the next thing I want to do is come here, and we're going to remove all these jobs, water wheel and everything. I want the road crane to go to here to help with the construction of the old cinema building, because the priority job for this winter has got to be the cinema and the doctor. Now, back to your comments. Somebody did ask about the heating. Now, when you got these buildings here, they are self-heating. The problem is if you get a really high population in here, I think it's if it's more than 50%, what you get is pollution, which makes people sick, which is the reason why you need a doctor's. But someone also said that whether the doctor's surgery here actually is self-heating, or whether it's going to have to be heated. If it has to be heated, it could be a bit of a problem, especially if it doesn't function. So that's something else somebody asked for. Now, another really good suggestion that someone gave was a second construction office, because I'm thinking about having a local storage for vehicles so that I don't have to keep sending them, speed the game up, so I don't have to keep sending them back to here. And I think a second construction office would be quite good. So I think that's the comments. So what we're going to do now is try and get through this as quickly as possible. And I have had an idea over here. I think what we're going to do is abolish you, because I don't think we're going to need you now. And then what I would like to do is factory, and let's come here, large cattle field V2. Or cattle field. Thinking is to get another cattle field here, put it there. I want to leave a gap here for a power supply because we're gonna have to use this. And let me just keep an eye on this population. We've got a population of 83 at the moment. And where's this wagon? Have you got there yet? He's just going to get there. Now, you should be allocated to the old cinema building. Yeah, come on. That's where you want to go. I'm hoping that, because we can only get very small numbers of workers in here, and we've got to go 122 days. So I'm hoping that if we can get this road crane in here, this is going to build a lot quicker, and that's going to make a difference to our population. I mean, it's a long shot, and I think someone else also posted a comment about that they've tried to play this map and they've restarted. And I'll be completely honest, if this becomes a total disaster, I will restart, but I want to try give it my best shot before I actually concede that. So hopefully he should get in here, and what we should get now is these days should go down a lot quicker. See, even with 3 people, you can see that the work days are actually consciously clicking down now. Where I'm pretty sure if I hadn't brought that road crane in, we'd still be building this in somewhere about February. But I think getting this done is going to be very, very important, because otherwise we're just going to lose the population here. You see, the happiness is getting down there. If we look in here, so you've got 25 citizens unable to get meat. So the gamble is that if we get meat in, that's going to improve happiness. If we get, yeah, citizens' happiness is too low. Thank you, game. It's this one. Yeah, I think you get a warning about happiness when it's less than 50%. I'm really looking forward to the new GUI, so you can actually see the percentage stats rather than trying to gauge the bar. But how are we doing here? I mean, my idea would be to get through this winter without having to buy in any extra population, but it's gonna be very, very tight. I mean, we're down to 49 days. Now I've got that allocated, I'm just looking around. I'm just wondering if I can... You need a few boards, so I think if I allocate you there and there, what I'm going to do is let these guys effectively deliver the goods, but at the same time I don't want them actually, how can you say, allow any workers. The workers have to be in this area so that we can get this finished. Although we could, I think what I might do is allocate you as well, because that doesn't take that much. But again, I don't want the workers there because we're down to 63 workers. Wow. And of course, there's going to be a point where we're going to get to the fact that the workers we've got will only keep the essentials going. Yeah, see here at the moment we've got no worker, we've got no staff in here. Right, we got that finished, but we got no staff, and it says building temperature too low. I'm going to get you in there. And we're going to switch you off. You off again. Because I don't want that crane. I want the crane over here. I don't think you can actually allocate it, can you? I think we're going to have to bring in some workers, because yeah, we're going to have to bring a few people in so that they can get them in here. Otherwise we've got a building here that's providing no benefits. What's the happiness of these buildings? 80%, average lifespan 64. Yeah, we're gonna have to bite the bullet and bring in, I think we're bringing them in, bring about 20 into there, and we're bringing 20 into there. Maybe we'll bring 10 into there. Because I mean, it's important to remember that, say like here, we got 4 staff here, but that's 12 because they work a 3-shift system. I think this guy's still working on the groundworks. We don't have an excavator yet, so we're gonna have to try and get these. Could I bring in an excavator? Maybe I do. Let's see, excavator. Got a horse-drawn excavator here. Probably is to do that, I'm gonna have to pull another. I think what we're probably gonna have to do is build a. How can I explain it? Dumper. I think what we may have to have is a specialist construction office that does the deliveries, and then another one that's going to do the actual secondary builds. I'm going to get you there, and we're going to get you out there. We're going through the money as well, which is making me a bit twitchy. So we're going to have to keep these cancelled for the moment. Oh, we're actually producing livestock. Do I want that? I think what we'll do is reduce you right down to 2. So we got a small group of people coming in there. Got a population of 90, workers at 97. Okay, if we get the excavator here, so what I'm going to have to do is micro the jobs. Electricity problem. Where's that? Yeah. Probably the wind speed. Oh no, the wind speed's fluctuating. We really need to get this water mill up and running as well. What's the happiness? The happiness is picking up because we've got this finished. Although no one seems to be that inclined to visit. I don't care as long as the happiness. See if we look at that. That's brilliant. See, I think if we can get the happiness up and then fix the health by getting this built, we're being good. Is the excavator? Come. How's the food situation? Got 26 tons of food. Luckily, I think what I'm going to do is reduce this workforce down as well to about 3, because we've got a bit of food surplus here, and I think I'm going to reduce the shop down to 3 as well. We need as much workforce as possible here. Wow, we've got some lucky person living here all by themselves, although I think we're going to move you to there. Anyone else still knocking around in these minor buildings? What's this here? Yeah, I think you can go to the priest's house. Because the trouble with these buildings is they've got a low, what we call it, I forgot what it's called now. Low quality. Right, so now we've got the excavator working. It's almost like the horse detaches from the excavator. But I think if we can get this done, we've got 7 days. That will finish the initial stage. I think what we do need to plan as a second construction office. We've got a bit of space here because I took the path away, didn't I? And let me just come in here. Mod construction office. This is a B3 here, isn't it? So I can't. I think if we put another construction office just there. Right, this just needs boards and gravel. And what we'll do is we'll just allocate you to there. You can deliver there. One will be groundworks, one will be upperworks. What we need now is the bricks and boards being delivered to here so we can get this going. Anything that's really close to being finished. You're still on wood framing. That's no good. This is finished. We got some livestock in there. My temptation is to build this. If we get the boards and gravel in here, what I might do is just do that. Here you go. He's actually coming down to this tiny construction office. Oh, that's brilliant. That is very, very useful. He may actually build this for me without using workers. If he does that, that would be fantastic. Yep. I think we're going to let the workers go there because we can't actually use the workers here at the moment. It looks very much like this guy isn't going to participate in this pro step here. But how's the happiness? The happiness is improving. We've only lost 7 escapees. We've still got a workforce of 76. So we're looking good at the moment. We're getting some steel in here. It'd be great to get that doctor built. We can get the boards and gravel into it. Oh, why'd you go past? Citizens' happiness is too low. Where is that then? Oh, this one. but it's low because I think it's below 50%, but it seems to be improving. How's the sickness? Oops, wrong one. 67%, 68%. Sickness isn't particularly that good. Somehow we got someone in here who wants to move. You're 35%, you're 65%, you're 58%. That's why it's only, what was that, heating problem? Yeah. This is what someone mentioned in the comments, is the heating. But as far as I know, that you will still get workers in here and you will still get people enjoying the culture. What you do get is less efficiency. In fact, I'm just going to reduce that down again to 3. What you get is less efficiency, and of course there's always a chance people will get sick. And firefighters, that's a bit icky, but there's not much I can do about it. So we've finished the groundworks here. Right, we've now got the horse-drawn crane here. Great. So, what we got here? I think what we will do is allocate you as well. We might be able to get a sneaky build in here with just the concrete and the asphalt. It's only 20 days. So we are building this office here. If we get the occasional person wandering into here, and it's 120 days, but I think it's going to be worth it because it means these vehicles I'm keeping over here, and we can get a little bit more speed of production. Because that was the happy. The popular. So we haven't lost that much. We're kind of keeping our workforce at 70. We're on the 16th of January. Apologies, I seem to just be talking to fill spaces in. This is going to be the problem with this series. There's going to be a lot of standing around, especially during this initial phase, while things happen, is probably the polite way of saying it. Because there will be times, especially when we get to some of the bigger buildings, when there'll be nothing to see, because it'll be just like this, the vehicles going up and down, very slow building process. For in those situations, what I'll do is I'll either do a composite video I've made up of the interesting sections, or what I'll do is I'll just do most of the building off camera. However, at this moment, I feel that just kind of showing you the trials and tribulations of getting things started is probably worth me rambling a little bit. So this is over 50%. I think the worker, I think you're gonna have to move to there. We don't want anyone in these low buildings. We just need to keep that workforce going. So our workforce is 57, so we're down to 87 now. There's going to be no workers. You're delivering there. Got a few workers here. But technically this worker over here is wasted a little bit. If he's walking from there, we're still getting the odd worker in here, but and having the crane in is kind of helping things along a little bit, but it's not going as fast as I was hoping it would be. Let me just see. Yeah, I think we're getting to a critical position with the workforce again, so we're going to have to bring some more workforce in, I think. I just don't like doing this, but I don't think we've got a lot of choice. You can see straight away, because the population is over 50%, the pollution's now kicking in. What I should have done is kind of spread you around a little bit. Yeah, the sickness is causing problems. How many jobs have we got over here? How many jobs are we doing? We got building 3 at the moment. Got the cattle. I think we can just let that cattle field go because it's only 16 days, and I think that will work. But you can see with 5 workers, you can see how slow this is. That's the reason why I wanted the road cranes, because we got 2 workers here, and what we should get is as the once the bricks arrive, this should start to come down a bit. So we got a few bricks here. You can see 26, 25. So with the crane working, you can see it's almost counting down on a fairly steady pace, but we just need those bricks being delivered. When you compare that with here, where it's barely coming down at all, but of course what we actually need here is concrete. Just about to deliver the concrete. That should be enough to finish this. Hopefully we will get that built. So we'll have 2 fields here. Got a little bit of workforce in here producing some livestock which we could sell, but part of me would like just to keep it, get this going, and then we can produce our own meat. But we could sell some livestock. How much is it going to cost me? Because we do need to start putting together some money. Livestock 156. I think we've got through the winter. I think this is the key factor. The wind speed has dropped, so we're going to lose power. I think the water mill's definitely got to be a priority as well. So we'll just get this in here. We need bricks and boards and a little bit of steel. We have a brick delivery problem. We got bricks. It's more problem is the shortage of vehicles, because I took the open hull away. Okay, let me just got a little bit of a swap around. Which one's the open hull? I'm going to put you back over there. Of course, the trouble is they've got such a long distance to go. Actually, one thing I do want to check: vehicles. Wagons don't lose speed on the gravel mud roads. That's good to know. I mean, it's still only 18 kilometers an hour, but I was wondering whether these things would be running at 9 kilometers an hour due to the snow. So snow doesn't affect wagons, which is very, very good to know. Right, so we got there. We'll reduce this work. Shut off all the workers from there. We've built this field here. We need boards here, but I don't want to put boards into there just at the moment because we just need this to be going forward. How's the happiness? It's over 50% at the moment, and it's improving. We're back. We got 78 workers, so I think we might have got away with it. And of course, if we get a good summer, and we get lots of births and things like that, so we might. So we got no births, 7 deaths, 7 escapes. We've got 13 people unemployed. Wait, come on. Start shifting yourself around a little bit. Have a quick check. So we've got some teachers here educating. Yeah, I mean, if you're unemployed, you should be getting into these places. We've got a few people there. Again, we need to make sure that maybe I've been a bit too strict here, so we're just going to increase that to 5. How about this food factory? The food factory's okay. I think we've got to ensure that we got the workforce there, because if we people can't get food, that would cause an immediate population crash. Got this here. Got some more bricks just coming in with the boards and a little bit of steel. That's another couple of tons of bricks delivered. What we should now have is a two. Quick look, just make sure I've got this right. Yeah, we've got the two open holes now working, delivering. I think at the moment with the livestock here, I'm just going to let it build up. I mean, it shouldn't perish. Well, that's the theory anyway. Apologies for continuously checking the happiness, because that is the key. 68%. What's that there? 60%. 69%. 63%. It's not bad. Food 92%. So the food is good. Happiness is over 50%. Education. Clothes is 75%, 86%. So yeah, I mean, you guys, anyone complaining that they didn't get any clothes? No. So it's the sickness that we've got to do, because workers who are sick can't work, which means we've got less workers available. But we are just pushing this down. We've got 102 days to go. How are we doing down here? Yeah, we got no workers here, which is understandable. What we might do is I'm just going to shut the workforce down on here. And see if we can get some workers down here. Actually, are you in range? Yeah, you are. Messages. We got heating problems, citizens' happiness too low. Okay, just clear this out. That there. And we can't use the excavator now. We've got we're not doing any groundworks as such, are we? Well, you've got groundworks, haven't you? Okay, let me just try this. If we allocate you to there. Obviously not. Okay. We'll just see whether the game wakes up. It says groundworks. No, it's not going to work, is it? Okay, cancel. Right, we're now coming out of winter and the snow is melting. That means that it shouldn't be so cold and things can move along a little bit quicker. Yeah, citizens' happiness is too low. What's up with you? Over half the people here are we're still getting some heat. I've got a feeling I'm gonna have to work hard on the heating, because we're getting the pollution, but I'm not sure what. Actually, we'll just take a look at the heating while we're thinking about it. Now, if any of you follow my Seven Crosses series, I actually put in a heating plant like this. Don't really want to use full fuel, don't want to use bitumen. Say, for argument's sake, that say I put this out here, but like that, how far would that? I mean, that would be a nice place to put it, assuming that we could get it. The alternative is put it out, say here. The trouble is it's getting the wood to it, and this would be nice. We still haven't finalized this foot. Just for the argument's sake, I take that out, and then we put the wood-based heating plant there, like that, and then we put mud footpath One of the tricks you can do is if you've got something that's a bit tight and there's like a footpath there, you remove the footpath and then put the building in and then put the footpath back in again, it will actually work. Yeah, I think what we'll do that is, but to get that we're going to need to get wood there. So maybe the heating plant will have to become a bit of a priority as well. So that gives us the heating plant. I mean, yes, it will spread pollution around here, but I think having pollution here away from these areas will be worth it in the long run. So let me just double check it. So it will heat all the main buildings in this area, but we're going to need the power to power it. This is well on the way. Let's just check the happiness is not brilliant. We've got our workforce is back down to, what was that again? 62. And of course, soon we're going to need the workforce for the fields. Okay, come on guys, you can build this. Keep an eye on these fields. How much unemployment we got? Got 13 people unemployed. We've got starting to feel that maybe these medium fields wasn't such a good idea. Come on. Right, we need workforce down here. We need to get this finished so that the crane can get there. I don't want to start that just yet. I wouldn't mind actually working on these as well. Just wood framing. That's the wood framing. Yeah, these are both the wood framing sections. Nearly there. We need 2 more tons of bricks and then we'll be there. And we can get that doctor's surgery finished. This is painful. Electricity problems, yes. Okay, let me just... Okay, I think maybe what we do need to do is get this heating plant running, and then this can run in the background. That's 80, that needs 89 workers. This is 608. Actually, cancel that again. Sorry for chopping and changing. I think because this has only got 68, only needs 88 work days, and if I can get this done, it means I can bring the vehicles in close, which will help me with the construction. This happiness too low again. That's the workforce. Down to 58. What's the birth rate? We've still got more deaths and escapes than births. We've got 17 children. So we may need to bring in some more workforce. You can do it. You can do it. What we need is a critical mass that can produce children. Yeah, let's see if we can get this done. Get some workers in here, please. All we need is 1 worker, and then that will get the crane moving and working. 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 2 days to go. Oh, come on, game. Don't do that to me. Got 58 workers. Right, got the last person. There we are, all finished. I'm going to drop this down to there. The question is, do we have anyone with higher, or how's the higher education? Only got 3 people, so we're going to have to bring in some people with some higher education, which is a little bit annoying. Bring in 2 of those. And of course we're going to need an ambulance as well. Right. So what jobs have we got left? Tiny construction office. What I would like is a crane to right, you're there now. I'm gonna get you there. We're gonna get an ambulance. Just buy here. So we got a 2-horse ambulance. And we're just going to assign you to the doctor's surgery. Now, hopefully that should do there. And I think the problem now is we've got is going to be getting the growth going back now. Oh, we're back to 68, 67. I think what we're going to do is just bring in, say, an extra 10 there, and an extra, oops, bring in 10 there, and we're going to bring in 10 there. So what we really need is some new blood in the village, just to kind of, more importantly, just try and get this birth rate up. So we've got no one being born at the moment. Okay, have we got anyone working? I'm going to bring in another 10 there. In fact, we're going to punch these up a little bit. Because what I'd like to do is these can run round, and we'd like to get them into the fields and get a bit of momentum for the winter. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that we've got that there. I think we're going to open up the workforce there a little bit. And then, do I need a special truck for livestock? You just take a look here. Is it covered holes? Covered holes can carry livestock, so. And I've got a couple of covered holes here. In fact, I think I've got 2. Got a concrete one here as well. Okay. So this is being built, so we're going to get that built. We've got the power plant here that's coming together quite reasonably quickly. Not power, yeah, the electricity plant. I think power is the next thing we need to do. We're getting a few more workers in here, which is what I was hoping for. Because I'm a bit worried about whether this is going to be as efficient as it should be. Or come their happinesses are so low. You've got sport, you've got culture, you've got medicine. I suppose they are improving. And what I would like to see is some birth rates. Still no births. I mean, we've got 13 babies here. We've actually got a workforce of 125. Okay. Did I over recruit? I think I might have over recruited by mistake. So average productivities. The productivity is improving as well. Right, we're nearly here. So let's have a click on here. So we've nearly finished this tiny construction office. Okay, good. What happened to the excavator? Oh, the excavator's here. Okay. What have we got here? What we'll do here is assign concrete planter and the asphalt planter here, and what you're going to become is a kind of road crew gravel delivery guy. So what we'll do is, where's the, got a concrete wagon over here. Where are you? Whoops, sorry. You're gonna come assign you to there. I want the cupboard hole there. Got a dumper. I want you to go there as well. I want you onto here as well. I want the horse-drawn crane in here. Got the open holes. Got a cupboard hole and the crane. What else have you got in here? You here as well. This guy's got auto detect on. Ah! Right, I don't want the factory connections. Turn these off. I don't want the tiny university. Want the water wheels. Don't want the blacksmith, actually. Don't want the heating plant at the moment. Actually, there was just the... Don't want the horse feed converter. Don't want that. Don't want that. Factory connection. Don't want the gravel quarry. Just leave the... Oops. Okay, I thought I'd disabled this. Purchase with rubles. To purchase with dollars. Let me just check the gas station. Turn off that. Because of course all these act as gas stations. We need you working to the watermill. These don't... These just need boards as such. So what other jobs have you got? I think what we can do is, while this groundworks has been done, I think you can work on that there. This requires the groundworks. So what we're going to have to do is micro... Is this dumper stuck on the outside? I think what we'll do is we'll send you back there. Sometimes the game does get a bit confused. Probably because I cancelled the jobs and it couldn't find its way back in again. So the groundworks is now finished with this. You want you working from there. You're the excavator. That should give me some slack in here now. How are we doing? Very slow, way too slow. We're in April and we haven't finished this. This could be a disaster. Anything else that you need? Gravel, so we're going to assign you to there. Nope. Construction office. You finish the groundworks with those. In fact, we're going to need the university as well. So I think I need this built more than anything else. So we got this guy here working to there. You've got a couple of open holes. I think what I'm going to do is get a couple more open holes for here. Open holes. Get 2 of these so that you can start delivering to there. What that should do is be able to deliver this out here. How's the population going now? We're down to 100. We got 125 workers. We still got no births. It is cause for concern. We've got some children being educated. How many kids have we got in school? Got a few kids coming through the school system. We need the populations to start growing a little bit now, because if we don't, we're not going to get enough workers to cover all the different jobs. I think if we get this built, we can start bringing in some logs, which we're going to need for this. And we're going to need to build this by the winter. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.